Hey, what's up YouTube? Stacking and Packing here with another 2-box half-dollar hunt. We have 2 boxes of NF String and Sun rolls in front of us, so $1,000 and half-dollars to go through. So let's go ahead and get into what we've got. We're going to start with box number 1, where we're going to have 1 heavy roll, 4 semi-heavy rolls, and a couple of heaviers in these semi-heavies. I think 226.4 and 226.3. We're going to move on over to box number 2, where we have a heavy roll. Same situation as box number 1, 4 semis with a couple of heavier semis and then some slightly heavies in there. Now box number 1, I didn't think we were gonna have a good box here. And that's because if you look, we have some rolls like this that look like they've already been opened. But I think that's just the packing job, and it wasn't such a great packing job this time. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. We've got those heavy rolls like I said, so hopefully we've got some silver in there. I have a feeling we do. Let's crack open the first 3 rolls for box number 1 and see if we've got anything. Roll number 1, we're gonna have a silver. Right there in the middle of the roll, that's a 40%er. And it's a 1968 Denver to start off the hunt. So we've got a 40%er to start off the hunt. We'll go ahead and throw this one to the side real quick. Let's get into our next 2 rolls. So we might actually have a really good box here. If I can get these rolls open. And nothing in this next roll, so let's get into roll number 3. And I don't think I see one in roll number 3, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into the rest of the box and I'll bring you guys in for our next find. Guys, so roll number 5 and we're gonna have our next find. I did take a peek, it's gonna be another silver right there, 40%er. So let's go ahead and pull it out. We got a 1969 Denver. So another 40%er for the board. And I'm sure you guys might have noticed by now, I do have a wedding band on. Me and Mrs. S&P got married. So yeah, this is our first hunt from being back from getting married and our honeymoon. So it seems like we're starting off with a good hunt. So very exciting. I'm going to get into the rest of the rolls and I'll bring you guys in for our next find. Okay guys, so we're on roll number 12 and we're going to have another silver find right there. I'm sure you guys can see it. I did take a peek already. So let's go ahead and pull it out and see what we've got. And we've got a 1966. So 40%er number 3 for the hunt. We'll definitely take that. So 40%er number 3, we'll add this one to the board. And I'll bring you guys in for the next one. Okay guys, so we have a couple rolls left in box number 1 and we're gonna have our next find. Now I already took a look at this one, so I know what we've got. We're gonna have a silver and it's out of the wrapper because we almost missed this one. So let's go ahead and see what we've got here. And as you guys can tell from the reverse, we're gonna have a 40%er, 1966. So we'll take it, that's 1966 number 2 and silver number 4 for the hunt. So I'll go ahead and get into the rest of these rolls and I'll bring you guys in for the next find or for our heavy rolls. All right, guys, last roll for box number 1 and we're gonna have our next find. It's another silver. We've got another 40%er here. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got. And that's definitely a 40%er. And it's another 1966. So that's silver number 5, 1966 number 3. So let's add that one to the board. And let's go ahead and get into our heavy rolls. Go ahead and turn our scale on and get into our rolls here. So 226 on the dot to start off. So we're starting with some semi-heavies to start, and then we'll work our way up. And we've got a silver in this first roll right here. One off from being an ender. Looks like another 40%er. Yep, it's another 40%er. I can tell by the reverse. Let's flip it over. 1968 Denver. So that makes silver number, what is that, 6? Let's get into the next one, 226.3. So I'm actually pretty surprised by these boxes. Well, at least box number 1. I didn't think we were gonna have any silvers in here, and it looks like we got a 90%er and a 40%er. Let's pull out that 40%er first. 1968 Denver. So that's awesome. And let's get into that 90%er. Oh, we got an old Walker. We've got an old Walker here. 1945. So let's take a look. We've got a 1968 Denver and a 1945, and that one's going to be a Philly and a 68 Denver. So that's from that roll. That was awesome. We got a 90%er for the board, and our oldest find for the hunt, a 1945 Walker. So let's take another look at that real quick. And I saw this in that roll, and I knew it was going to be old just by that edge. Where was it? There was a part of the edge that was like kind of pushed in. I think it was this side. That was just, oh, here we go. This was it right here. That looked worn down if you can compare it to the other side of the coin, basically. It looked more worn down on that one side, so that is awesome. In 226.3 roll, 2 silvers. We'll take that. Another 226.3. Fingers crossed here that we have something similar. That would be awesome. And I see 2 40%ers in this roll. 3 40%ers in this roll, actually. I see 3 40%ers right off the bat. I'm sure you guys can see them. 1, 2, and 3. So let's go ahead and pull those out. First one's a 1968 Denver. Awesome. It's number 1. Let's take out number 2 here. 1966. So 3 in 1 roll. That is awesome. And our final one here. So far, this hunt is shaping up to be a good one. 1968 Denver. Like I was saying before we got into all that excitement, when I was opening up these rolls, I was looking and, or sorry, before I started opening up these rolls, I was looking and they looked like they were like already opened. So I didn't know what to think, but the box was sealed when I got it, of course. So I had no idea what to think. So 226.4. So far, this hunt has been amazing. No 1967s for the hunt so far. That's kind of crazy. Usually that's the one that we find the most of. And in our 226.4 roll, I'm not seeing anything. Let's do a quick sound check here just to make sure, but I'm not really seeing anything. So, yep, nothing there. And nothing there. So let's get into that last roll of the box. 227 on the dot. So hopefully some 90% in here. And it looks like I see one right there. I'm going to guess it's a Benji. Just by that edge. I don't see anything else in this roll. So let's see. And it's a Benji. We've got a Benji here. It's going to be a Denver minted Benji. And it's a 1951, so an older Benji. 1951 Denver Benji. That is awesome. We've got a pile of 40%er going on right now. So this is awesome hunt so far. 2 90s, a bunch of 40%ers. Let me see, there's 4 there. I'm assuming there's 5 here. So that's 9, 10 40%ers. And 2 90%ers. Let's crack open the first 3 rolls for box number 2 and see if we can get anything in those rolls. Looks like these rolls are wrapped a little more tightly as I'm having a hard time getting into them. Nothing in roll 1. So I'm hoping box number 2 is going to be similar to box number 1. If that's the case, I mean, we're looking at close to a roll of silver there, which would be awesome. Nothing in roll 2. Let's get into roll number 3. And nothing in roll number 3. So I'm going to go ahead and double check these rolls, and then I'll bring you guys in for our first find. Okay guys, so we just finished up box number 2. No silver in box number 2. I'm a little surprised just because of how well box number 1 was, but that's all right. We did super well in box 1. So let's see what we've got in our heavy rolls here. Hopefully we can find a couple silvers in our heavies. 225.7. So like I said, this is a great hunt to come back to from not doing a hunt in a couple of weeks now, actually. It feels like. I think it was like 2 weeks almost. So hopefully these heavy rolls, we'll see if we can pull out some silver in them. If not, I mean, it's been a great hunt so far, so I really can't complain. Nothing there. 225.8. It's been a long past couple of weeks. We had the rehearsal dinner, then we had our wedding, then our honeymoon, and when we came back, it was just so much laundry to do, and that last day of the honeymoon was just so much traveling. It was insane. We went to Jamaica, and we stayed at a resort over there, and we just had a blast. We made so many friends, and it was awesome. Such a fun time. We did a couple of cool excursions. We went ATVing, that was one of them. And we swam in one of these like natural, I don't know what it was actually, but really cool. We climbed up a waterfall and did snorkeling and hung out by the pool. And we just had a blast. And I see a silver right here. So we are going to have some silver here. But that last day when we came back, and this is going to be in 1969 Denver, that last day when we came back was a full day of traveling. We had to get to the airport early because I don't know if it was a resort thing or a Jamaica thing where they want you to be there at least 3 hours before, and we were 2 hours from the airport, so it was like 5 hours before really, so it was insane. And a lot of traveling that day. Nothing in this roll that's really standing out to me. Let's go ahead and do a quick sound check. But we just had a fun time overall, and yeah. So let's get into our heavy roll here, 226.6. So fingers crossed we got some silver in this one. And I think we do. Right there. I'm not 100% sure though. Let's see, it might not be. I don't think it is actually. Nope, that's not silver. So let's go ahead and do a quick sound check as well on this roll. Yeah, it doesn't sound like there's any silver in this one. Nope, doesn't sound like it. So I'll go ahead and double check these rolls off camera, and then I'll bring you guys in for the wrap up. Okay guys, so we didn't miss anything in any of those rolls. So let's go ahead and get into our wrap up. We're gonna start with our oldest find, which is gonna be this 1945 Walking Liberty $50. This one's gonna be a Philly. So that's our first 90%er and our oldest find for the hunt. Let's move into our second 90%er, 1951. This one's gonna be a Denver. So our second 90%er for the hunt. Then we managed to find 4 1966 $50. I'll just show one of those. We didn't find any 1967 $50, which is kind of surprising because that's usually our most popular year. We found a 1968 Denver, 5 of those. And we found 2 1969 Denvers. So a total of 2 90%ers and 11 40%ers. So I definitely say that's a great hunt. Let's go ahead and add our silver to the silver jar for the month of April. So there's all of our silver. That's over a half of roll of silver. So let's add it to the jar. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that thumbs up button down below, as well as leave a comment and subscribe if you guys are new around here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on our next hunt.